What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing NBA breaking news, NBA trade news, and it looks like the New York Knicks and Minnesota Timberwolves have engaged in a trade which will send Karl Anthony Towns to New York in exchange for Julius Randle and Dontae de Vincenzo, as well as a draft pick. Honestly, this caught me off guard. I was not expecting the Knicks to make a move like this, having already made a splash in the market with acquiring Mikal Bridges. I thought that they were basically done and they moved on from acquiring any more assets and talent, but that had not been the case. It looks like Karl Anthony Towns was on their radar going back as far as, I believe, last season, but that did not happen. Now, Karl Anthony Towns being a member of the Knicks, it's interesting because you look at what the Knicks did during the playoffs, without Julius Randle. You look what they did with, DiVincenzo. You look what they did with Josh Hart and OG Anunoby and Hartenstein until they didn't bring him back. So I believe not having Mitchell Robinson to start the season had something to do with this, as well as wanting to kind of conquer the other bigs in the East, whether it's Joel Embiid, whether it's Kristaps Porzingis, guys like that who you will have to see down the line when it comes to, playoff matchups and things of that nature. That's one part of it if you are the Knicks. Now remember, Tom Thibodeau did coach the Minnesota Timberwolves at one time, and he knows a guy like Karl Anthony Towns. And I believe once Cat was open and available, he had to make the call to get it done. We know Karl Anthony Towns is a multiple-time All-Star. We know he's able to pick and pop very well. We know he's able to get his shot when needed. He doesn't need plays ultimately called for him. He knows how to actually get the basketball, call his own number, and dictate the pace of a basketball game if need be. You look at the other side of it, right? For the Minnesota Timberwolves, acquiring a guy like Julius Randle and Dontae de Vincenzo. Let's talk about Julius Randle, who was not a part of the Knicks playoff run, but when healthy, we know what Julius Randle is capable of. Julius Randle is a very, very formidable, not only offensive talent, but also rebounder, and can give you big plays when needed. I know a lot of people didn't know how just the form of Randle with Bridges and and all of that was going to work. So I guess that was one part of it why they needed to trade him. But Dontae de Vincenzo was very, very instrumental to what the Knicks did last year. Very instrumental. I mean, he hit a lot of big shots, a lot of big threes as well. And I think, not having that is definitely going to be cause for concern if I'm the Knicks. But you still got OG Anunoby who's able to hit threes. Mikal Bridges can hit threes. We know Brunson game is predicated on a lot of mid-range and things like that, and floaters and things like that. But he's capable to hit the three when needed. And we know Karl Anthony Towns can hit the three. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these things, or how both teams wait out the trade. Trades, I feel like you don't know until, later on down the line. Is it going to be an immediate impact for both sides? Of course. Because like I said, you look at what the Minnesota Timberwolves were able to do last year. Of course, you have a guy like Anthony Edwards, who's a stud, and you added Julius Randle with him to go with a Naz Reid, to go with a Rudy Gobert, and now to go with Dontae de Vincenzo. Is going to be interesting to see how they catapult after having the year that they had last year. not getting to the NBA Finals. So is this the piece that can catapult them to the NBA Finals? Because to pull the trigger like this and you get rid of you send Cat to New York, I believe that that's ultimately the goal, right? The goal is to now tell Anthony Edwards, this is your team. Now, I believe a lot of people said it was his team last year, but now I believe that the front office and the franchise believes that Anthony Edwards, this is your time. Take the turn and get us to where we need to be. And like I said, a trade like this, I feel like there's no losers right now. I'm not looking at anybody or any one side as gaining or losing right now. I believe that down the road, we will see how this trade fares if we're talking about April, May, and June for both sides. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Knicks fans, Timberwolves fans, NBA fans, basketball fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into this channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I catch you guys on the next video.